Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. My name is Kitty Bahel. India is all set for Phase 6 Lok Sabha polls. It's a high-stakes battle in 58 constituencies in the Phase 6 across 6 states and 2 union territories. A total of about 889 candidates are going to be trying their luck this time around in this phase. Voting is going to take place in all 7 seats of Delhi, 8 seats in Bihar, 10 Lok Sabha seats in Haryana, 1 in Jammu Kashmir, 4 in Jharkhand, 6 Lok Sabha seats of Odisha, 14 in UP, 8 in West Bengal are also going to witness polling in this phase. Well, also simultaneous assembly polls are going to take place for 42 seats in Odisha in this phase. Well, shifting our focus now, in Kolkata, Section 144 is going to be imposed in parts of the city in the vicinity of Dalhousie and Victoria. Kolkata Police has imposed Section 144 from May 28. Section 144 is to avoid violent demonstrations. Meanwhile, politics has also erupted over Section 144 imposition in parts of Kolkata. The BJP has alleged that it's Chief Minister Mamta's desperate move to impose Section 144. The BJP says Mamta wants to stop Prime Minister Modi's roadshow. Well, Kolkata Police has responded to BJP allegations here, saying that it is regular procedure and they must refrain from spreading misinformation.
এখন মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ভয় পেয়ে গেছেন এবং এই 5 ফেজে যে ভোট হয়েছে, যে ধরনের ভোট হয়েছে, তারপর 28 তারিখে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী রোড শো করার কথা উত্তর কলকাতার স্বামী বিবেকানন্দের বাড়ি থেকে শ্যামবাজার পাঁচমাথার মোড় পর্যন্ত। মুখ্যমন্ত্রী বুঝতে পেরেছেন যদি এইভাবে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী রোড শো করেন তাহলে পরে মুখ্যমন্ত্রী আর কোথাও যাওয়ার জায়গা থাকবে না। আমাদের আশ্চর্য লাগছে, মুখ্যমন্ত্রী একসময় কথা দিয়েছিলেন যে লন্ডন হবে কলকাতা, এটা দেখছি আফগানিস্তান হয়ে গেছে, কাশ্মীর হয়ে গেছে। 2 মাস ধরে 144 ধারা ভারতবর্ষের কোথাও হয় নাকি? কাশ্মীর ছাড়া তো ভারতবর্ষে আর কোথাও এরকম হয় না। আজকে লন্ডন বানানোর কথা ছিল, মুখ্যমন্ত্রী কাশ্মীর বানিয়ে দিয়েছেন কলকাতাকে।
Well, my colleague Saurabh Gupta also now joins us on the broadcast. Saurabh, political face-off has erupted between the BJP and the TMC over this matter, over the imposition of Section 44, which the Bengal government is going to impose in parts of the city.
I mean, these days a lot of things become political, and this is one such incident which has again led to a showdown between the two parties. It's a very hard-fought, bitterly fought election, and we've seen, some of this also play out in the political domain with these parties attacking each other. Now, what has happened is, of course, that there has been an announcement from the Kolkata Police that Section 144 was imposed. Kolkata Police has mentioned that this is regular and that there is no extra thought or extra sort of intent behind it. In fact, the Kolkata Police has said that in response to Shukanta Mukta's allegation that Kolkata Police issues 144 order in vicinity of Dalhousie and Victoria House on a regular, nothing new, and copies of previous orders are also attached. So please refrain from spreading misleading.
Right.
So that's Kolkata Police's response, while the BJP has said that there is a motive to stop some road show in the city, and that's why this is that. But the police have responded to that.
Okay, all right. That is what the BJP is alleging, and the Kolkata Police has responded to that allegation by the BJP there. Thank you so much, Saurabh, for getting us all those details there. Shifting our focus now, the Thane Police Crime Branch arrested 70-year-old Malti Mehta, one of the 2 owners of Amudan Chemicals Private Limited, in connection with Thursday's boiler blast incident that left 13 people dead and over 60 injured. Well, her son Malay Mehta too has been arrested from Thane. The police has said that both the accused now have been arrested. That is the latest development coming in. The mother-son duo are Mumbai residents. Meanwhile, the families of those missing had reached the hospital today for identification of the deceased.
ये मनोज चौहान
कहाँ काम कर रहे थे?
वही जिधर जो ब्लास्ट हुआ है ना, वही कंपनी में करते थे।
अभी तो कुछ पता नहीं चला।
अभी कुछ पता नहीं चला। हॉस्पिटल में भी चेक किया, उधर नहीं है होना।
अभी चेक
तो फिर इधर आए, अभी चेक हुआ है, पता चलेगा, बॉडी मैच करेगा खून का तो पता चलेगा कि है कि नहीं है।
Well, we'll keep an eye on the developments there and get you more. Meanwhile, the shocking Pune Porsche crash case has been transferred to Crime Branch. 2 cops at the Yerwada police station have been suspended for not following the protocol. The 6 accused, including minor's father, has been sent to jail till 7th of June. The Pune police have said that there was an attempt being made to frame a driver instead of the 17-year-old teen accused of running over the 2 people while overspeeding the car. Pune's top cop has said that soon after the crash, an attempt was made to switch drivers so that the minor wouldn't land in trouble. The police, however, have claimed that they have enough proof against the teen and will spare no effort for swift justice.
A horrific crash and then a massive cover-up attempt. Pune's top cop today said, just minutes after this Sunday morning car crash that killed 2 techies, the father of the 17-year-old drunk teen who was driving the luxury Porsche car asked their driver to take the blame in exchange for cash so that the minor wouldn't land in trouble. The police say the driver was in the car at the time of the accident, but the drunk minor had insisted on driving after visiting 2 city pubs.
There was some attempt by the father of the accused to change the driver. That has come to light, and we are exploring application of section 201 IPC in the said case.
Pune police has said that they have a lot of evidence against the minor in this entire matter. Police have CCTV footage of the 2 pubs where this minor was drinking alcohol, but in this entire matter the police investigation is also under the scanner. But the top cop of Mumbai police has denied the allegations that anyone has served pizza burger to the minor inside the police station after the car crash.
The incident has led to a war of words between the opposition and the BJP. Top opposition leaders have accused the Maharashtra government of inaction and a cover-up. The government has hit back, saying the opposition only wants to play politics.
ड्रग्स का मामला, शराब का मामला, ड्रंक एंड ड्राइव का मामला, क्या कर रही है महाराष्ट्र की सरकार? महाराष्ट्र सरकार सिर्फ आईस, इनकम टैक्स, सीबीआई, ईडी, खानदान तोड़ो, फैमिली तोड़ो, पार्टियां तोड़ो, इसी में व्यस्त है. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कौन कर रहा है इस देश में?
याचं राजकीयकरण करण्याचा प्रयत्न त्यांचा चाललेला आहे. या संदर्भात जी काही कारवाई पोलिसांनी केली पाहिजे ती सगळी पोलिसांनी उघडपणे केलेली आहे. आणि एवढंच नाही तर ज्युव्हेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्डने जो चुकीचा निर्णय दिला होता त्याच्या विरोधात वरच्या कोर्टात जाऊन पुन्हा ज्युव्हेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्डाकडे ती केस रिमांड करून घेऊन.
But despite what government says, there are many questions which has been raised on police investigation also. There are major points where why 2 blood sample was taken, why the blood sample was taken after 5 hours of the arrest of the minor, and why the reports have not yet come. In this entire situation, the Pune police doesn't seem to have the convincing answer. With cameraman Praveen Rohit, Paras Dama for NDTV 24/7, Pune.
All right, with that, it's time for a short break here. More continues on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back after the break. Shocking, gory revelations have emerged in the murder of Bangladesh MP Anwarul Azim Anar in Kolkata. The West Bengal CID had made a key arrest in the Bangladesh MP murder case, revealed how the MP was murdered. The Dhaka police, which is also carrying out its own investigation, is looking at a honey trap angle and have arrested a lady named Shilasti Rahman in connection with the case.
Shocking, gory details emerging from the investigation into the murder of Bangladesh Member of Parliament Anwarul Azim Anar in Kolkata. Police sources say they have arrested this man who cut up the body in the apartment where the Bangladesh MP was allegedly murdered. The accused who cut up the body, Jihad Havaldar, was an illegal immigrant living in Mumbai for some time with fake documents and originally from Khulna in Bangladesh, according to CID sources. The police are searching for the body of the MP based on his confession during the investigation. The police have deployed divers to locate the body at the spot where it is suspected to have been dumped.
সিআইডি 14 দিনের পুলিশ কাস্টডি চেয়েছিল, অ্যালাউ করা হয়েছে 12 দিন। 12 দিন বাদে ওকে আবার আনা হবে। এই 12 দিনে ওর কাছ থেকে কী কী পাওয়া গেল বা ওই ঘটনায় আর কারা কারা যুক্ত, কী কী মাল সিজ হলো, রিকভারি হলো, সেই সবটাই পাওয়া যাবে, কিছুটাই অনেকটাই পাওয়া যাবে 12 দিনের মধ্যে। এই 12 দিন বাদে যখন ওকে আবার আনবে তখন আমরা ফার্দার ডেভেলপমেন্টটা বুঝতে পারবো।
The mastermind of this gruesome murder has been identified as Akhtaruzzaman by the police, and police sources say that the arrested accused in this case has confessed that the murder was carried out on the orders of Akhtaruzzaman. Police sources add that the arrested accused has also confessed that he and other Bangladeshi nationals smothered and killed the MP in the flat in the New Town area of Kolkata. Police sources add that the mastermind may have spent around 5 crores to carry out this conspiracy and murder the Bangladesh MP. According to sources, the arrested accused has told the police that after the murder they skinned the entire body in the flat and removed all the flesh and minced the flesh to destroy the identity. They then put everything in plastic packets, cut the bones into small pieces and packed them. They took these packets out of the flat using various modes of transport and disposed it around the Kolkata area. The Dhaka police say they are looking into the role of Shilasti Rahman, who may have lured the MP to the apartment in Kolkata where he was murdered. Shilasti Rahman has been arrested by the Dhaka police. Even though the body of the MP is yet to be found, the murder has sent shockwaves through Bangladesh's political circles, as an initial probe suggests that rivalry between the MP and some others may have been the primary reason for the conspiracy to murder him. What's even more shocking is that the conspirators chose to murder him outside the borders of Bangladesh in India. With camera person Aniruddha Tripathi, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
Well, we'll keep an eye on the updates on that. Meanwhile, some more news now that we're tracking. This is from Rajasthan's Bharatpur. The former royals here are now engaged in a court battle with former Maharaja Vishwendra Singh, who's been a 3-time MP and a 3-time MLA from the area, including being a minister in the Gehlot cabinet, now asking his wife and son for maintenance. Singh has gone to the SDM court in Bharatpur alleging that his wife and son have driven him out of his royal home in Bharatpur. He is forced to live the life of a nomad and has no money. At 62, he says he's a senior citizen and must be given maintenance allowance.
Vishwendra Singh, former Maharaja of Bharatpur, 6-time MP and MLA from the area and 1-time minister in the Gehlot cabinet, now in court asking for a maintenance allowance from his family. Vishwendra Singh has alleged that his wife and son have driven him out of his royal home and has been living the life of a nomad.
की तरफ से हम अधिवक्तागण ने बकायदा पेश किया है। उनका प्रतिवाद पहले पेश हो चुका है, उसमें गुलराज गोपाल और श्रीनाथ जी शर्मा वकील हैं। हम सब लोग भी उनके समर्थन में उनमें विश्वास दिलाते हुए हम लोग भी उनके समर्थन में कानूनी राय देने के लिए आए हैं। ये प्रॉपर्टी महाराज साहब की व्यक्तिगत है, उनको वसीयत से मिली है, इससे उन महाराज साहब की इच्छा के बगैर उनका कोई अधिकार नहीं बनता है।
Behind this royal row, at stake are properties worth crores, royal antiques, family jewelry, gold and silver, as well as valuable hunting trophies. The Bharatpur royals own historic palaces like Moti Mahal, the now disputed forest lodge Band Baretha, with a lake to call its own, and bungalows as well as havelis in Bharatpur town. Vishwendra's estranged son and wife have claimed that he is selling off ancestral property, to which they have objected.
भरतपुर रियासत का जब सरदार पटेल साहब ने एकीकरण किया तो एक कॉवेनेंट साइन हुआ। उस कॉवेनेंट में कितनी प्रॉपर्टीज थी और सन 1995 के बाद बेच के अब कितनी रह गई प्रॉपर्टीज, दिल्ली की प्रॉपर्टी, आगरा की प्रॉपर्टी, मथुरा का मंदिर, ये सब कहाँ गए? ये उनके
हमारी छतरी चली गई, हमारी छतरी जहाँ पर हमारे क्रिमेशन ग्राउंड्स हैं गोवर्धन में, वो चले गए। कल के दिन हम मरेंगे तो पता नहीं कहाँ पहुँचा देंगे हमको। मेरा ये है कि मोती महल को मैं बचा के रहूंगी चाहे कुछ भी हो।
Vishwendra's wife Divya Singh has also blamed former Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot for instigating discord in the family. Vishwendra Singh was a cabinet minister in Gehlot's government.
गहलोत साहब ने तो खूब घी छिड़का है। उस 2-2.5 साल तक तो गहलोत जी ने ही बहुत आग लगाई है।
A panchayat or gathering of community elders was also held in Bharatpur with reports that people are upset over the humiliation meted out to the Maharaja.
महाराज साहब ने तो 36 कौम की रक्षा की है, इसलिए 36 कौमों के लोगों ने ये कहा है कि हम आपके साथ हैं, महाराज साहब के साथ हैं। महाराज साहब के साथ कोई अन्याय हो रहा है तो हम उनके साथ हैं। तो आज पंचायत में बड़ी पंचायत करने का निर्णय लिया गया है, कमेटी बनाने का निर्णय लिया गया है और घर के विवाद को सुलटारा कराएंगे। ये समाज 100% सुलटारा करा के रहेगी, घर का विवाद मिटा देना है, जनता यही चाहती है।
Bharatpur and Dholpur are the two Jat kingdoms of eastern Rajasthan. Former Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje is the former Maharani of Dholpur, while Vishwendra Singh, who has been the 3-time MP and 3-time MLA from this area, is the former Maharaja of Bharatpur. With camera person Lalitesh Kushwaha in Bharatpur, NDTV Bureau Report.
All right, now shifting our focus from Bharatpur to Himachal. On June 1st, voting will take place on all four Lok Sabha seats of Himachal Pradesh. And the Mandi seat has been much talked about this election season since the Congress has fielded former Chief Minister Veerbhadra Singh's son Vikramaditya against BJP candidate Kangana Ranaut. Well, we have Mr. Vikramaditya also with us on the broadcast here. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Singh, for speaking to NDTV. You've been fielded by the Congress from the Mandi seat. Election is just a few days away. That is on June 1st for Himachal. What kind of response are you getting? The BJP has fielded Kangana Ranaut. How tough are you seeing this battle?
I'm getting a very good response. I've been in the field for the last 15 days and the people of the state are educated and they understand that we need to speak on issues, we need to speak on developmental trajectory, and that is what I've been doing. And the lady you were talking about, she does not know anything about Himachal as such. She's been out of the state for a very long time, and she has been trying to move around here and there, but we are very confident of our win here, and we are very confident that the people of the constituency, irrespective of the region, will support us. And we will take forward their developmental works in the times to come.
Okay. So your mother is a sitting MP. Your father has been the chief minister. You belong to the erstwhile royal family. Mandi, we do understand, has sent maximum number of 13 royals in 19 polls. Do you think you'll have an advantage this time around?
It is not because of the royals as such, but it is because of the connect that my family has had with the people in Mandi.
All right. With that, it's time for a short break. More continues on the other side. Stay tuned.